Hey guys, my name is Ajjoub and welcome back to another episode. I've been using the iPhone 12 Pro for a week now after moving and using Android devices my whole life. And here's the things that I've noticed so far and my experience with the iPhone. I'm gonna be nitpicking a lot in this episode, but I'm trying to show you exactly what you're gonna go through if you're moving from Android to iOS. So I wanna start with the gestures. Of course, using a new operating system comes with it a lot of new ways of doing stuff, but not all these new stuff are good. So for example, in the first couple of days, I had a lot of accidental opening for notifications. And a lot of these notifications were messages that I didn't want to open. On Android, if you want to clear a notification, you swipe the notification whatever way and it's going to be cleared. But it's not the same way on iOS. You need to swipe from right to left and then click clear to clear notification. You learn it in a couple of days. It's not that big of a deal, but it's one more step of clearing the notification. One of the things that I'm so used to doing on Android, and I do it so fast, is dialing the name of the person on the keypad, not the number, the name. And for some reason it doesn't exist on iOS. I don't know if it does, but there's a way to do it. Tell me in the comments, but so far I haven't been able to do that. And at the same time, I don't know why there are letters on the numbers in the keypad. While I was downloading all the apps and customizing the main screen on the iPhone, I tried to remove a couple of apps at the same time, or move them from a place to another, or move them to that what they call an app drawer on the very right. But you can't move or delete multiple apps at the same time. On Android, you can select a couple of apps and you can uninstall all of them or move them together to a certain folder, for example. Now let's move to the things that iOS doesn't have but Android does. You can't close all apps at once. Why? Because if it's about worrying of accidentally closing an app that you're using, then Android has the solution. For example, on Samsung we have the option to lock an app so we don't accidentally close it. There is no back button. I know there is somewhere in the screen or a gesture or a way of doing that, but some apps just straight don't do that. You really need a back button sometimes. Copying and pasting stuff on iOS was a bit weird because, for example, on Samsung I used to copy multiple things at once, and then I have the clipboard and being able to paste all the things that I've copied. For example, on Samsung, in the alarm, when I put an alarm on, it shows how many hours till the alarm, so I know how many hours I'm gonna be sleeping. One of the things that really annoyed me that doesn't exist on iOS is separate audio settings. And every time I need to change the audio of the system, which is also the audio of the ringtone, I need to go to the settings and change that there. But on Android, all you have to do is click on that audio button and you have all your audio settings and sources. And by the way, what is up with not getting notifications from certain apps? I'm not getting any notifications from Instagram, and I've searched that. Apple said toggle off and then back on the notifications in the settings. It should work, but it's not working. What's up with that, Apple? One of the things that the iPhones also don't have, which is gaming mode. And let me talk to you about gaming mode and how important it is. A couple of years ago on Samsung, they announced this game launcher, and you can optimize apps and games in that gaming launcher. And you can optimize and choose what kind of power that the games will take out of the phone. And you can also choose if you want to get notifications within the game or just highlight it with a slim light on the edge of the phone. And some of the things that annoyed me is not having haptics feedback with the keyboard. It's either you have that ticking sound that you can't change its volume, or not having sound at all, which feels so weird tapping on a screen without any type of feedback. At least on Samsung, when you tap on the keyboard, it feels like you're actually typing on a physical keyboard, just because of the haptic feedback. Weirdly enough, I've had a couple of apps that are worse on iOS, but overall, most of the apps are better on iOS. And speaking of better and good things, yes, believe it or not, the iOS world does have a lot of features that are just better than Android, or they don't even exist on Android. And here's the list of the things that I noticed so far. As I mentioned in the previous video, and I want to say that again, that app downloading and installing is very fast on iOS. And I think there are multiple reasons behind that. I have a pretty fast internet at the house. We have the A14 Bionic chip, and starting from the iOS 13, they minimize the sizes of all apps, which helps a lot for faster installation. What I love about the iOS is their attention to details. They have so many small details that make the full experience of using the phone very enjoyable, like the animation for example. It's very well thought out and well put together to the point that it's so mesmerizing. And when you're listening to music and flipping between Instagram stories, the music don't stop when you open a video story. Hardware wise, I really love not having a Bixby button. I can't express to you enough how many times I clicked that Bixby button, how many times I got so annoyed because of it, and not having it feels so good. The camera is great. As you saw in the last episode, I did a 4K 60 FPS HDR video test, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll link it over here. Everything is great about it. Colors, details, skin tones. I mean, of course, as expected from a phone that is $1,000, but in my opinion, the skin tones and the colors and the videos on the iPhones are way better than any other smartphone. And about that LiDAR sensor, it's pretty interesting to have a sensor that measures really accurately the things around you. And I really loved AR in it. It's so accurate. You can even measure your height in it, which was also pretty accurate. And the screen in general, it's an OLED screen. It's a Samsung panel at the end of the day, but it's so good. Colors, contrast ratios, everything about it is so enjoyable and so good. And the last category for today is the meh category. It's the things that I don't mind having or not having with the iPhone 12 Pro. Like, I didn't have any problem not having a charging brick in the box because I already have a wireless charger and a power station, so I didn't mind that. The notch that a lot of people are annoyed by, I mean, I didn't notice it much because I have dark mode on, so it's rarely visible to me. I only notice it when a light app or light screen pops up. Also, not having the 120Hz wasn't that big of a deal for me because I'm not even used to 120Hz or 90Hz. I know it looks better, smoother, and so on and so forth, but because I haven't used it before, so it didn't really matter for me. I will be doing a follow-up video after a month, and I'm gonna be doing a lot more episodes just like this one. So if you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and don't forget that life is all about love and dance. See you.